Turkey sandwich, T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Turkey sandwich, T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Meow. I look good. Glad I tested all this yesterday. All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you so much for coming into the morning merge, to the morning merge, to the morning sounds like ghetto superstar. What is that? Ghetto superstar, that is what you are. Coming from afar, reaching for the stars. Run away with me, baby, to another place where we can rely on each other. From one corner to the other. Yeah. Ah. Baby, baby. That was such a fun song. Y'all remember that? Oh man. So let me put my cows in the chat. Ghetto superstar. Let me see here. I'm wondering if I minimize this, I'll still be able to see everything. This computer that I'm running off on today is kind of weird. So we're going to figure all this stuff out live as we run. Isn't it a sad shame? It's a shame. Only way I can find things out is by me running it live. I mean, I do my test runs and all that, but it's nothing like the real thing. So, you build the airplane while it's flying. Ghetto superstar, that is what you are. Is Ghetto Superstar what is Ghetto Superstar a remix of? That song was dope. So I'm gonna go to Wikipedia and see what they have to kind of let the time pass. So Ghetto Superstar, that is what you are. Is a song by American rapper Pras featuring Wu-Tang Clan member Old Dirty Bastard and R&B singer Maya. Good times, y'all. Produced by Pras and Wyclef Jean, with co-production from Jerry Wanda, Duplessis and Chief Pulpit. Now, this was from a movie. This is from a soundtrack from a movie Ghetto Superstar was from Bullsworth. Yup. So this song was from the movie Bullsworth, released June 6, 1998. The song is 4 minutes and 28. The song is 4 minutes and 26 seconds long. Let me see here. Let me go to the lyrics and see what's going on. And while I pass the time before I get into the real deal, let me see what this thing's looking like. I put lyrics. This is probably the dirty ones. I don't want to see the clean lyrics on here. Wow, it's a lot of words. So ghetto superstar, that is what you are. Coming from afar, reaching for the stars. Run away with me to another place. We can rely on each other. From one corner to the other to another. Now back then, before I had access to the internet, I used to record the videos from like BET and then take the VHS to my room, pop the VHS in, and put caption on, so I could try to read what the rappers and the singers were saying, because for some reason it was just hard for me to understand what they were saying. Words were coming on were coming across a little different when I heard things, and they still do. So I tried to read the caption to try to remember the words. And some of the things at that time, the caption wasn't catching. It's not as good as it is today. Like you really had to enunciate your words. You really had to speak clearly like this. You really had to sing clearly as such before the words caught. But so I'll tell you that much for sure, you know. But I can tell you now that I'm seeing the words for the first time since pretty much 1998. Actually seeing the words, that's crazy. I'm getting my answers from years ago, but with more clarity. So good mercy, that's dope. Wow, some of these words I just weren't figuring out. I would rewind it over and over again to try to catch what they were saying. That's dope. So now I don't have to worry about all that anymore. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm healed. I wonder when I open this up and share it out, will it interfere with my streaming? So what I'm going to do to be sure is let me figure this out really quickly. We're 6 minutes in, 7 minutes in. I'm putting my cows in the chat. My setup is just a tiny bit different today. But the show must go on, you know? The show will go on. Ladies and gentlemen, the show will go on. I'll get ready to get this shared out before it gets too filled in here. So share it to Twitter. Never mind me while I share these things to Twitter. And make sure this puppy is still charged. Get this out to Twitter, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's see here. Um, Talk amongst yourselves while I get this shirt out. Talk amongst yourselves. Help! 100. So, what do y'all think about these 100 days? Or how about what was the movie? It was an extreme makeover. What the H is that movie? Not the crossover. It's called The Hangover. Remember when the guy who was watching the baby, he had wrote a speech. He's like, "Hey guys, so how about that ride in?" That's how the speech started. I thought that was so funny. Oh my gosh. Let me put live streaming in here. Get that sent out. Next, I need to share this to Facebook. You guys, I am on Facebook, so you'll know. I'm sharing it to Facebook right now. I have the business account and the personal account because, to my knowledge, you cannot have one without the other. So, yawn to share it out. What's the first 100 days been like? What's the first 100 days been like? What them days be like though? What's the first 100 days been like? ah, you want to talk about keeping it 100? He kept it 100 for sure. He keep everything 100. From the back to the middle and around again, 100%. Remember that song? That's like a house song. That was a house song. Oh man. I can tell you this much for sure. It's trash working off different devices because I'm not able to do my hashtags like I want to. Let me see here. Just one moment. Get over there. I tell you, these hashtags 1, 2, and well, let me edit this part and save it. Oh wait, don't you dare. It's alive, y'all. My cell phone is alive. Fudge. The future is alive today. Meet the Robinsons. Well, let me take some of these old things out. They don't go in there. I'm not even talking about this stuff in this video. Just one moment, guys. I have to erase these hashtags so they can be correct. There we go. And put 100. First 100 days. Let's just get that going. Is there anywhere else I can share this to get? Oh, duh! I need to share this to my community tab. First 100 days. They're flame broiling out like Burger King. I tell you that much for sure. Oh, first 100 days looking like Burger King. Flame broiled. Minus the have it your way. Have it your way, we are not. Okay, I have it figured out now. Ollie Oxen Free. Elay, are you there? Present. Great. Turkey sandwich. Testing, testing. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Turkey sandwich, turkey sandwich. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6. I am live. Welcome to Elay TV Morning Move with Elay TV. My name is Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. We have passed the 10-minute mark. Put some cows in the chats if you're interested. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have come to the top of the hour where it is time to put cows in the chats. Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, children, pets, plants, animals, artificial intelligence, and all living, breathing things under the sun, and even the ones that have not been mentioned yet. Welcome to YouTube. And I am on the YouTube platform, and my channel that you're watching is Elay TV, and you are in the Morning Move segment. Thank you for coming in. This is the segment where we put cows in the chat, and while I put cows in the chat, you can, I will sing a little song or a little ditty in reference to the cows in the chat song. Feel free to put in cow emojis, your favorite animal emojis, or your favorite emojis in general, and we can get this party started. And the song goes a little bit like this. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Cows in the chat, calls in the chat. Calls in the chat, cows in the chat. Cows in the chat, calls in the chat. I have my cows in the chat, and they are not flame broiled. But albeit, I must say that the government put the blame for global warming on these precious bovine. Do you think that is true? Do you think it's true? And number one, do you think it's fair? Let me go through my YouTube studios on my cell phone and see if this is coming up, because I need to put the hashtags in, because the power of hashtags are important. I believe in hashtag. Yeah, the children are our future, but I believe in the power of the hashtags. So let me go to edit and see if I even put those things down there. And I think I did. I really think I did. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I'm so happy. I have them down here, guys. 100 days. There for save. Let me go and put. No, it went away. It went away. Don't you run away from me. Y'all, how was Sinbad the comedian doing? I think last year they said he was, like under the weather, and I haven't heard much from him. I hope he's doing okay. It's a shame. It seems like with technology or these dang on apps, if you don't use them, you will lose them. You're gonna lose access to perks with these apps way faster than your mental state and your health. You can not exercise for years. Yeah, you'll get back soft and not firm anymore. But goodness, it takes over time. That's an overtime thing. It doesn't just happen overnight. But the way these features are set up on these apps by way of TikTok and YouTube, if you miss a day, you get penalized, and that's not cool. So you mean to tell me I cannot take a day off? That's dumb. Excuse me. It never fails. Every video, or just about every video, I belch. So speaking of belch, the drink of choice is room temperature water. No, 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 it's not room temperature today. It's actually semi-chilled. Today's actually going to be a cold day. No, today's actually going to be a hot day or a warm day. And so I decided to make cold water. Well, how can I say this? Chilled water. It's a comfort. Like if you were to get into a swimming pool, it's not too shocking. It won't take long to gradually get used to the water instead of it being ice cold. So that's what I'll say. That's what it is. Let's see. So I had that pinned on there. Pin message. So right now my video is going out and is shared. So the first 100 days of what's going on here. Let me pull up my digital article and see here. First 100 days. Has it really been 100 days already? Really, guys? I will have to stick with one article on here, and I'm going to choose npr.org, and I'm about to open NPR up and see what it's going to show. President Trump's first 100 days marked by DOGE, tariffs, and deportation. What a way to start the day. Why would you want to even lead like that? Why would you even want to lead like that? That's making my back hurt. So let me pull it up on my cellular phone. So I'll be reading from NPR. NPR. First 100 days. Looking for the article on my cell phone. I wonder if it will read differently. Do the articles read differently from a cell phone versus a desktop versus a laptop? So here's the picture. So if you want to follow along, this is where I'm reading from. And what I'll do is copy this information into the description box so you'll be able to follow along with me. Follow along with me, boys and girls. Read me a story, Belle. No, thank you. I want a story read to me, but I don't want Belle to read it. Read Me a Story, Belle is actually a Disney Channel original TV show where Belle from Beauty and the Beast would read in her library corner to children. And not only would she read, she would sing. It was pretty cool, but by that time I was pretty much growing up when it came out, so it was a little bit harder to get into that. I was growing up. But for what it was, I thought it was a nice concept. It was cute, and she wore her little all gold dress. Now I think my little sister wore a Belle inspired dress to either her prom or to it was prom, her wedding, or to homecoming. But either way, she was cute. She wore a Disney inspired dress. Well, for some reason, I'm having difficulties opening up this tab to get to share the link on here with you guys currently. I do apologize for that. I'm working off an old Chromebook right now, and it is pretty outdated. So some of the features don't, I'm not able to do some of the features right now. So I'm not going to push my luck, for lack of a better word. I'll have to put the description in at a later time. Or, because I'm not even able to go to my YouTube studio and fix it because I'm doing this straight off the webcam, which don't make sense because it's under my account. So if I did want to fix the edits, it's not even showing up as if I'm doing the video right now anyways. It's showing up like I'm not live at all. Let me try something since we're here. Trying stuff live. Maybe if I let me try something. I'm gonna give it a try and see. If I go in here, my phone might be outdated. But I'm going to give it a try because you never know. So in here, maybe I can edit through here. This way. Look at me being optimistic. Next time I'm optimistic with LA. Nope, it's not going to let me do it. I tried. So I'll be reading from NPR.org. The article is titled President Trump's First 100 Days Marked by DOGE, Tariffs, and Deportation. This article was written slash typed April 30th, 2025 at 5 a.m. ET time by Domenico Montanaro. I wonder if he's going to list all of the things. It's not necessarily 100 things he's done. So I'm scrolling through the article to see how long of a read it is, and to also see if there's going to be some numerical timeline on how many things that our president has done in the first 100. It's so much stuff in here. It reminds me of Wikipedia. You know how Wikipedia can go on and on and on, y'all? Good mercy, Wikipedia can go on and on. So, if anything, what I'll do is put the link to what I'm reading in the chat for now. See, where there's a will, there's a way. There's always a will. I will to be not treated like cow feet as a black person. Well, there's a will, there's a way. To what extent do we measure this? Here is the link. Here's the link to the article I will be referring from. Is that referring slash reading from? Where's my computer emoji? Computer emoji, yes. Listen to what I'm telling you. All right, so if you guys want to follow along, you will be able to. President Trump's first 100 days marked by DOGE, tariffs, and deportation. Man, that's a horrible title, isn't it? It sounds like a horror story. What a way to open up. I need cereal. I have Fruit Loops today, and I will probably have Fruit Loops tomorrow. It's like reading the title of the article is enough for me. I don't need to go on. I don't need to read any further. Don't read any further. Shout out Maxwell. What is the sassafras is Maxwell? So the picture that's provided, President Trump arrives to speak to his first 100 days at Macomb County Community College Sports Expo Center on April 29th in Warren, Michigan. So he flew his behind to Michigan to talk about his first 100 days. I wonder if he had cake. I mean, in all celebrations, you have to have cake. I want cake. Man, the traditional sheet cake is white and it have the words in it etched in cursive. Congratulations, yo. You made it your first 100 days. And then in the next hand, it'll be a pink slip. That reminds me of Cedric the Entertainer when he said he got on the set to Martin. Everybody, had cake and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, who having a birthday? What's going on?" And it's like, "Man, this is our last day on the set working." I'm like, so they gave you a cake and your walking papers at the same time. And you mean to tell I will hope for a day that all of this mistreatment will be over. How you doing, Miss Evelyn? I like your channel, girl. I'll be watching your videos. I would like to devote more time to watch more of the subscribers that I do unfollow on this main account and show my support. But I really like your channel. It's so uplifting. So replay gang, when you come in like you always do, I advise you to go check out her channel. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's such a peaceful channel to me. You are welcome. It's such a peaceful channel. If you want to change from things and actually learn stuff. And put them shorts on that loop though. Hey, put them shorts on that loop. Let's lift her up. Thank you so much. I'm just over here clowning about wondering if Donald Trump got a celebratory cake for his 100 days in office. Yo, I'm more concerned about the cake than what he's done because we already know what he's done, what he's going to try to continue to do. So I'm going to look and actually Google and see if he got a cake. My topic for today is Donald Trump's first 100 days in office. But my concern right now, apart from all that, is if he got a cake. And if he did, how does it look? Because we all know how things are going over here. Dumpster fire 2025. So I'm going to type in my Google search, did Donald Trump get a cake? Let me type it in really fast and see what's going on. You cannot go wrong with cake. Now, sometimes I am picky, I can't say that. Far as cupcakes versus a slice of cake. Did Donald Trump receive a cake? I'm typing it in now. And keep in mind, President Trump do like junk food. Like, he admitted that like KFC, McDonald's, and all that. So another reason why I'm surprised that didn't make the news, because the things he wants to make the news as far as things that I can identify with far as being human is that the foods that he likes and things like that. So did Donald Trump get a cake for his first 100 days? And so it's to my surprise that he didn't take the time to mention that, because he takes the time to mention an abundance of everything else. So I'm looking now to see if he got a cake, y'all. And nothing's coming up. I'm surprised. Let me go to images. Thank you so much, and you do too, Miss Evelyn. You look good too, girl. Round of applause for us. And bam, bam. Oh, you know what? This might be the cake. If it is, I can show you off my cell phone. Let me open this up and see. Let me read the description first and see. Oh, no. There's just showing. This looks like it is his 78th birthday cake. And it looks like a lighthouse, but it's like a super tiered up cake. Man, how many tiers is on his cake? So let me look on Google on my cell phone so I can show you that cake at least. Donald Trump's birthday cake. I think it's really cute. Like when the babies have their first birthday, they give them, do they still call it a smash cake, where it's a tiny little birthday cake? And they give them individual birthday cakes because all they're going to do is smush and mash it. And it's so adorable. You give the baby his own personal cake. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So here's a picture. I'm going to open it up so you can at least see his 78th birthday cake. A couple of guys delivering it. Look how tall that cake is. It is one, two, three, four, a 5-tier cake. Not sure how they cut it. A novice will cut the cake from the bottom, and then the rest will fall over. You cannot cut a 5-tier cake from the bottom, or can you? Can you cut a 5-tier cake from the bottom successfully without it falling? It's like we'll be playing the game Jenga, but with a birthday cake. Are you really, really willing to risk the cake toppling over? I think I'd be willing to try if it was my cake personally. Let me tell her hello. So let me scan through this article. I have the link to where I'm reading from in the chat box. I wasn't able to put it in the description box yet because it was taking forever for it to load up. So I did take the liberty to put the link into the chat box. So the article says so much has happened in the first 100 days of President Trump's second term. On day one, he signed a slew of orders. Whew, I don't even know if I want to go through all this, meaning because there's a lot of earth changing measurements. On the first day, he signed a slew of executive orders aimed at, among other things, creating DOGE, his government slashing informal Department of Government Efficiency, erasing diversity, equality, and inclusion efforts, getting rid of birthright citizenship for people born in the U.S. to parents without permanent legal status, declaring an emergency on the southern border, and only recognizing two genders, male and female. I mean, he came in turning up the earth. My granddad said tilling up the land. He tilled up the land, and it is like, when you do have a garden, my granddad had several gardens. And then in my second childhood home, we lived next door to a gardener named Mr. John. And so Mr. John and my grandfather, Walter Terry Sr., they both shared the same story in reference to like you have to till up the land, a good deep tilling every once in a while to recycle that chopped dirt down into the bottom so it can be refortified. But I loved when they did that, when they had the rototiller and they would dig deeper than usual. It was so amazing because the earth, you can smell the earth everywhere. It's like all throughout the yard. It smells so natural, roots, fresh dirt. It was so pretty. It was perfect for making mud pies, to which I used to do. I loved when my grandfather would come over and dig it really deeper. And on those days, it would be perfect for making mud pies. I had a little red bucket where I would go out into the yard and make mud. Well, not go out to the yard, go into the garden and make mud pies before, my dad and my family and I would go out to the garden nursery and get the seedlings to, start the garden. My dad was really not a nice guy. So I was able to sneak and make mud pies when my dad was at work. Because had he saw me, he wouldn't have tolerated it. But my mom let me. Just as long as I had everything cleaned up by the time he came home. So if it already was done, it was done, and there was nothing he could do about it. That cereal is really good. So I'm going to type in here. So I was looking for a cake, like searching to see if our president had a 100-day celebration cake? So that's what I'm typing in there so everyone who comes in will know what I'm talking about. So on day one, guys, he did so many things. To me, that was basically 100 things. Because the things that he did on day one had a rippling effect. So if you want to count the rippling effect to all the things he did in day one, that was over 100 things to me personally. So the article continues. He moved aggressively to implement tariffs on imported goods, restructure the federal government, and tighten his grip on power. Grip on power, what it's been so tight since I've been in this earth. So he's moved aggressively to implement tariffs on imported goods, restructure the federal government, and tighten his grip on power, carry out deportations, reposition the U.S. on the world stage. What world stage? You know, when they say world stage, it's like that's low key acknowledging that there's other life out there beyond ours. Because according to when I was growing up, we were the one and only planet. But when you watch Marvel comics and read Marvel comics, they casually acknowledge that they're not the only planet in this galaxy, this universe, this solar system. So please be in mind, they're telling you without telling you. There's more than just planet Earth we're dealing with. But why everybody's coming down here to mess with us, I haven't the slightest idea. That's my issue. Why the F are you coming messing with us? You have all these other planets to deal with in galaxies. Why are you messing with us? Can't you take the people that you want and go somewhere else and leave us alone? So, for some reason, he's determined to set the United States properly on this world stage. There's different kinds of showing off. The way he's showing off is affecting everyone. He's moved aggressively to implement tariffs on imported goods, restructure the federal government, and tighten his grip on power, carry out deportations, reposition the United States on the world stage, and punish perceived political enemies. That's everybody, even Pokemon. Pokemon unite! Next thing you know, we wake up tomorrow, Gail King gonna be like, I have some disturbing news. This is disturbing. Wow. Our president uh put Pikachu in jail. Nah, Pikachu. Like you cannot put Pikachu in jail. He is so cute. He's the cutest little thing. Then he gonna start putting Teen Titans Go in jail. Leave those poor children to Teen Titans Go. It hasn't all gone smoothly. The article continues. There was the Signal Gate scandal. The what? Now, when did this happen? So much has been going on, you guys, that I haven't even noticed this. Signal Gate scandal that has engulfed several top members of his administration. Some courts have pushed back. Is this when around the time a lot of people decided to leave voluntarily? There have been reversals in some of the fringes of federal workers and cuts to programs and agencies. Yeah, there's a YouTuber that I follow. Now let me think of his name. He covers like the gospel sector of YouTube. That's his main focus of interest, and he does the gospel sector. I think the St. James show, where I like to listen because he's got some type of federal slash government job, and I like to hear the update through his lens from whatever state he's in on how The people, his co-workers and associates, are handling and unfortunately bracing for impact as they get daily updates on when people are going to be distributed pink slips, leave of absences, and people are actually breaking down and crying at his work because they don't know what they're going to do. So not only do I listen to a show because it's delivery on the gospel, because I grew up in the church, so that's something that's just I've separated myself from it. I've come out of the church in that way. But since I grew up with it and I do like gospel music because it's the first music I was deeply introduced to or submerged in that um, really gets into your soul and teaches you how to sing from your soul. So I like to know what's going on in the church world as far as that, but also to listen to the updates by way of an example of someone who has a federal job and is seeing the impact and how he's become more consciously aware of his spending because he doesn't know what tomorrow may bring. It's crazy, isn't it? So I'd like to listen to not random, a mix of YouTubers to just see what life is going on with them. Another YouTuber in Pennsylvania, I woke up today. They had a storm. Did you guys hear about that severe thunderstorm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where so many people had power outages? Some people's power may not even be turned back on. What happened last night? I think a big storm hit, and he said that the power department was going around knocking on everyone's doors, letting them know at that time power probably wasn't going to be on for 6 to 7 days, not 6 to 7 hours. I'm like, wow. I'm just busy trying to keep up with the weather here. So to know all that stuff was going on there, it's just a lot going on, all over the dang on world. YouTube unites us if you use it correctly. YouTube can unite people together, and you can figure out what's going on in the world if you use it correctly. So my wacko's wish, not only for myself but for you, is that you continue to use the internet correctly and to take advantage of it in a good way, and that it will be able to benefit for you. All the answers are right there. So I pray that you will be able to find the right words to ask it so you can get to their answers faster. There's so much information sitting in front of us, but if we don't know how to ask those questions, we're still going to be stuck in the mud, and it's not fair, is it? As the world passes you by, you're still stuck in the mud because you just haven't figured out how to ask the question properly. I don't want that to happen to anyone, nor myself. This is written in capital letters: DOGE governmental overhaul and a tightening grip on power. What do they mean? Trump has moved aggressively to tighten his grip on power and decrease accountability. Decrease accountability? That's not new. That's how they just been rolling since I've been here. He fired inspector generals. He fired inspectors general across various agencies, purged leaders perceived not to be pro-Trump, has moved in friendlier news media, and decreased access for traditional journalists, and threatened them with lawsuits and subpoenas. Sounds like the typical celebrity to me. For example, what's going on in the YouTube feeds right now is Jaguar Wright is she getting sued, or she's in trouble with Brian McKnight right now. I believe Brian McKnight is suing Jaguar for like wrong information. So to me, Donald Trump is just doing the typical diva celebrity thing. Why would I want people in here who aren't my friends? Get out! I'm putting all my friends in. And if you're saying something about me, I'll poke you in the eye. It sounds like high school on steroids to me. It's just high school on steroids. Trump is the popular guy, whether you like it or not, but he's the bully. And he's just walking around town with his homies terrorizing everybody like on cartoons. That's exactly how I see it. Just one moment, guys. Hi, my love. I'm in here running my mouth, making a YouTube video. If you want to come in and clean the rest, you can. I'm sorry. Hey, so I'm back, y'all. I forgot to put it on mute. I've got a lot going on. It is what it is. So I might have to end this video because I've got somebody at the door. It's almost been an hour anyway, so I'm gonna have to end the video and come back on live another time. Thank you guys for coming in, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I gotta run. Got some people at the door, so I'm gonna have to leave.